Back to the markets, please. We got some serious red ink coming out of us here. The Dow is off now 500 points. It's at 49,100. And the Nasdaq's down 158. That's 0.7%. The Dow is actually down 1%. Mike Lee joins us. Let's change the subject from today's action to what we're expecting on Wednesday when Nvidia reports. What are you expecting from that report? You're a big booster of Nvidia. You think it's going to be a blowout again?
Yeah, look, I think we're going to get great earnings. And just something for your viewers to keep in mind, Nvidia is cheaper than the rest of the semiconductor sector for the first time since 2021 on a forward PE basis. I think for the stock to move meaningfully, you're going to need to beat revenue by at least $2 billion. And I think what's really going to matter is their guidance going out into 2027. So fiscal year 2027 for them starts next quarter. So is that going to be meaningfully above Wall Street estimates? I think that's where the performance of the stock is going to lie. But regardless, we're going to get unbelievable numbers.
I keep hearing that the big guys want to take Nvidia down a bit so they can buy it at a lower price because they believe that basically it's going up from here on out. What do you make of it? Because when those numbers come out on Wednesday afternoon, they're going to be looking, the algorithms are looking for anything possibly that could go wrong, and the selling will start. You think it's deliberate?
You know, Stuart, the only problem with Nvidia is there's a lot of consensus in that things look great. So if there's an inkling of news, maybe about their business in China, or maybe some delays in orders or delays in production from Taiwan Semi, if they twist Jensen Huang's words to make it work, you could see a pull off in Nvidia. But I'd be a buyer there. I think the stock probably trades at about 15 times next year's earnings once all is said and done, because estimates are too low. So I would be a buyer of this on any weakness. If the big guys do that, you know, I'll be buying alongside them. This is an unbelievable company that's at the focal point in like one of the turning points of our history.
I always thought of you as a Super Bull, but I'm listening to you these days, and you seem to be turning a bit cautious. Are you?
Yeah, Stuart, I'm really following the situation out of Blue Owl very closely. And what that has to do with, there's a lot of concerns about software as a service. Blue Owl lends those companies a tremendous amount of money, but they also finance the hyperscalers. And so the demand for capital from Oracle, Microsoft, Amazon, Meta, the numbers are just mind-boggling. They're so large. We had a couple of quarters in a row of the largest investment-grade debt issuance ever. A lot of the large banks are completely full of Oracle debt. So you might be looking at a short-term logjam in the capital markets. Okay, the loans for these data centers are good loans. This is tremendous business for the banks, but the problem is just the sheer dollar amount in the short term is more liquidity than the market handles. And if a lot of the liquidity sponsors like Apollo, like Blackstone, like Blue Owl are having some trouble with a lot of their other AI-related loans or other loans to software as a service that are in trouble because of AI, it could put some short-term pressure on these stocks. I ultimately think all these things get resolved, we end up higher, but we could be in for a bumpy road for 1 to 2 business quarters while the market sorts this stuff out.
A bumpy road. Not used to hearing that from you, but we'll take it. Mike Lee, thanks for joining us. We appreciate it. Next case.
Thank you, Stuart.
Can't let it